Have you ever tried to picture an ideal world, one without war, poverty, or crime? If so, you're not alone. Plato imagined an enlightened republic ruled by philosopher kings. Many religions promise bliss in the afterlife. And throughout history, various groups have tried to build paradise on earth. Thomas More's 1516 book, Utopia, gave this concept a name, Greek for no place. Though the name suggested impossibility, modern scientific and political progress raised hopes of these dreams finally becoming reality. But time and time again, they instead turned into nightmares of war, famine, and oppression. And as artists began to question utopian thinking, the genre of dystopia, the not good place, was born. One of the earliest dystopian works is Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels. Throughout his journey, Gulliver encounters fictional societies, some of which at first seem impressive, but turn out to be seriously flawed. On the flying island of Laputa, scientists and social planners pursue extravagant and useless schemes while neglecting the practical needs of the people below. And the Huinum, who live in perfectly logical harmony, have no tolerance for the imperfections of actual human beings. With his novel, Swift established a blueprint for dystopia, imagining a world where certain trends in contemporary society are taken to extremes, exposing their underlying flaws. And the next few centuries would provide plenty of material. Industrial technology that promised to free laborers imprisoned them in slums and factories instead, while tycoons grew richer than kings. By the late 1800s, many feared where such conditions might lead. H.G. Wells' The Time Machine imagined upper classes and workers evolving into separate species, while Jack London's The Iron Heel portrayed a tyrannical oligarchy ruling over impoverished masses. The new century brought more exciting and terrifying changes. Medical advances made it possible to transcend biological limits, while mass media allowed instant communication between leaders and the public. In Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, citizens are genetically engineered and conditioned to perform their social roles. While propaganda and drugs keep the society happy, it's clear some crucial human element is lost. But the best-known dystopias were not imaginary at all. As Europe suffered unprecedented industrial warfare, new political movements social distinctions, while others sought to unite people around a mythical heritage. The results were real-world dystopias where life passed under the watchful eye of the state, and death came with ruthless efficiency to any who didn't belong. Many writers of the time didn't just observe these horrors, but lived through them. In his novel We, Soviet writer Yevgeny Zamyatin described a future where free will and individuality were eliminated. Banned in the USSR, the book inspired authors like George Orwell, who fought on the front lines against both fascism and communism. While his novel Animal Farm directly mocked the Soviet regime, the classic 1984
Yes, absolutely, Jeff. I'm wearing a flower in my hair just for you, sir. Um, so the reason I'm back on here live for a little live jab archive is because I have a break in my classes, a 40-minute break. So I'm right in between two classes. So I thought, why not continue the party and go live for a minute, say hi to everyone, see if Jeff's doing well out there in Happy Land. I was just playing that video because I was trying to get myself organized a little bit. Yeah, thank you. You like that? You like that? That's just for you, sir. Just for you. Yeah, I don't think I read Animal Farm till I was in high school. I read all of those books in high school, Brave New World, Animal Farm, 1984. Got pretty heavy black pilled, um, but that's all right. There was plenty of low priced LSD going around to keep us from losing our minds, right? So we could paradigm shift quite a bit. But the one that really cinched it for me was Robert Anton Wilson's Illuminati trilogy. That was the good, man. And in addition to that, was his 1983 thesis, which I got in 1985, and I read it every year for the rest of my life, was Prometheus Rising. And I still have it open to this day on my, for example, my iPad. I have one of the original iPads, and that was the first book I installed on it, was Prometheus Rising. I've been reading that book my whole life. Once I picked it up, I never set it down, and I thought, God, if I could just actualize the principles in this one book, that's it. It'd be good enough. And it's great because it's got exercises at the end of each chapter. But one of the things I was thinking about was astral projection. And I said, okay, so Gigi Young's out there on the Dark Journalist, and she's talking shit about the eighth sphere. She's talking shit like she's got a mouthful of it, right? And she's out there with a silver spoon waving around hot cat shit, and everybody's smiling like it's the greatest delight. Out it, like it's one of the most succulent delicatessens that they had ever seen. And I'm like, well, damn, if a lady like her can run her mouth with absolutely zero foundation in reality, then why can't I spread a little bit of the truth? So she kind of pisses me off. Anyway, who cares, right? Who gives a fuck what you're pissed off about, Frank? We didn't tune in to hear you rant and rave. Yeah, I really don't. I really don't. Honestly, Monsieur Tiedrick, I got to be 100% with you. I just, I find something fishy about her, man. There's something that really grinds my gears about that broad. Um, maybe it's because DJ entertains her. What is the word? He humors her without reservation, and yeah, a silver spoonful of hot cat shit. So I wanted to talk about astral projection a little bit because I got like 30 minutes. So don't let me go over time, guys. We're 8 minutes into it. We just got started. I got 30 minutes to discuss these ideas with you. So give me your feedback. Let me know what you think, and we'll make this a dynamite video where it's not just Frank Monday talking a whole fucking load of horse shit about other people. I love DJ, though. Make sure you guys sub Dark Journalist and watch him regularly. And tell him, say, hey, Frank's not a bad guy. He just doesn't like Gigi. It's not his fault. It's a it's a sixth sense. Sad as it is to say, you never understand anything merely by reading a book about it. That's why every science course includes laboratory experiments, and why every consciousness liberation movement demands the practice of yoga, meditation, confrontational therapy, taking LSD, eating peyote, and running around buck naked with a giant heart on, chasing people while you down copious amounts of whiskey or gin. These are where you test the ideas in the laboratory of your nervous system. That sounds like fun, Tiedrick, but no. I've never seen DJ set up his show as a debate. And I don't think that my approach is refined enough for his format. It's not. I mean, I could, put on a suit and tie and shave up and throw up a green screen behind me or something. So I could rise to the occasion, but he's a very polished presentation, and other than like a world-renowned published journalist like JP Farrell, unless you're unless you're on the top of your game, I don't think he's really gonna do that. But I would love to. I would go on in a heartbeat. And I could talk about things that I have a thorough understanding of, like Hermetic science, astral projection, Chinese Taoist kung fu, and that kind of thing, metaphysics. That's definitely my wheelhouse. But yeah, and talk about real life stories, man. No, Nunu knows what's up. Nunu's been there. He's a traveler. So to explore the thinker and prover paradigm, try the following. Here's one of the best exercises in a metaphysical self-help book, if that's what Prometheus Rising could be called, that I've ever come across. He gives 3 activities for you to engage in. Here's one that stuck with me and I've never stopped. Number 1, since 13 years old, I'm 48 now, right? So for 35 years, I've been religiously practicing this exercise. This exercise says, take a moment to visualize a coin, a quarter, whatever, a coin. I just use coin. I've been using gold coin my whole life, but you can visualize any coin you want. He says a quarter. So he says, take a moment and visualize a quarter vividly. Now imagine that next time you're out in the world on the street, do this before you go out. Imagine vividly that you are going to find this quarter on the street. That's it. 2 parts to the exercise. Visualize a quarter and visualize yourself finding the quarter. If you can master this one activity, it took me 30 years. Well, it didn't take me 30 years to find the quarter, but it's taken me 35 years to really understand the precepts of this one elegant, simple exercise. Okay, so the instructions go on. The instructions are pretty short, but basically, number 1, visualize a quarter. Okay, don't let me program this one into you guys, all right? So that you fully understand it. It's a set of instructions. Okay, I chose the gold coin. Don't tell anyone. All right, that's the secret. You're about to receive instructions on a very ancient and mystical paradigm practice where you will be learning about what psychologists refer to as left and right brain activity. There's an artistic and analytic function of the mind, or so it is described and modeled. That's not the reality of the thing. The reality is wholeness, oneness within the universal cosmic structure. But I'm going to teach you an exercise that I learned from a book called Prometheus Rising that's actually quite ancient. And it's a very valuable exercise that will benefit you throughout your entire life. So take a moment to relax. Center yourself. Have a drink of your favorite beverage, whether it be a nice piping hot cup of coffee. Take a deep breath and relax. Center all of your vital energy at the center Dantian Tifereth and relax. I'm going to count you down into a hypnagogic state from 3 to 1. And with that relaxation, your other than conscious elements of your mind will become extremely receptive to the idea you're about to learn. And you'll be able to remember it forever. So 3, you're feeling nice and chill. You got a little maker's mark. There's a alligator out there in the swamps wriggling his tail. He's no threat to you. The only thing you need focus on is my voice as I bring you down into a deep, calm, relaxed state. And in that state, you feel comfortable and relaxed. You can take a deep breath if you feel like it. Hold it for a moment and then let go of all worry and tension. There is nothing but the now. And you will remember that whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. Your creative mind in the subconscious where you dwell in your free time is creative and artistic and loves to paint the world in wonderful colors. When you contemplate the question, who is the artist that makes the grass green? You know that you're the artist who makes the grass green. Feeling really relaxed now. You might want to test your level of relaxation by lifting your hand and dropping it down on your lap. Doesn't that feel wonderful? Being completely relaxed like that. 2, you're getting closer to ultimate relaxation, which will occur when we come to the last number. Take another one of those refreshing, vitalizing, deep breaths of that aromatic, swamp-filled air that surrounds you. Or maybe it's the slightly musty air of your library. That's okay. Maybe you circulated the air recently by opening the window and you know that you are safe and sound within the aura of your own dynamic cosmos. Finally, we're there now. We can take that breath that signals we're fully ready to receive the instructions. Nice and slow in through the nose. Hold the center dantian. Oh, and relax. You're in the deepest state of relaxation achievable by paying attention to my voice. As I introduce you to this idea of exploring the thinker and the prover, try this. Each day you might contemplate it, or in a week or a month, you might consider it. But visualize a quarter or some other coin vividly and with great intensity. Its size, dimensions, the edges. Play with it in your mind. Roll it around. Is it bright silver or the deep rosy hue of gold? Imagine that coin with great mental clarity. Now imagine vividly and with great enthusiasm and intensity that you are going to find this coin next time you go walking on the street. It'll be there for you waiting at the edge of the street, along the sidewalk, in a bush. A whirlwind may appear and guide you to a little twinkle in the shadows, and there it is, the envisioned coin sitting before you, and you will remember that you're at the center of your own cosmos, and your life is a workshop of the subtle origin. The divine energy is playing itself out through you as an expression in the multiverse. It's exciting to discover that realization, that coin. Now, as we come back up into the waking world, we will remember that whatever the thinker thinks, the prover proves. And we'll return and reorient ourselves to the situation in which you now find yourself. And you will not forget, but you will question how long it took me to find this envisioned coin. And did I only see it in a dream, or did I really find it? Counting back up now from 1, feeling more awake, feeling more refreshed, feeling invigorated, feeling the life force charge through you with a new mission in life. The the finding of those secret, mysterious things that are created within the all mind. 2, waking up now. You can feel free to open your eyes and reorient yourself to the room. Maybe rub your face a little, pat yourself on the back. You've done a good job. Excellent. You've been through the first level of astral projection into a realm that contains all of the preforms of life, the direct connection to the Ein Sof, the Godhead, through the gateway of Yesod. 3 now, we're back. All right, guys, that's it. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. We went deep into Yesod, looking for the golden coin. So this was the first exercise I learned, Prometheus Rising. And I mean, he says, see how long it takes you to find the quarter. Later, you know, if you're going to journal, do magical journaling and stuff, later you'll think about like multi-model causation. Yeah, did I put you to sleep? I'm gonna do ASMR videos, right? I'm gonna get my ear microphone out and lick the ear. My daughter walked in right when I said that. You, honey, are you decent, honey? You're running around in panties and a diaper. Just kidding. She's not. What are you doing? Yeah, I did. You're not allowed to eat those. She's looking for these. Look at her. Yeah, don't. Look at this. Oh my God, she's only. No, you're done, bro. Okay, this is the last one you get ever.
No,
yeah, no, it is. It is the last one.
No. Yeah, my friend.
You see that? She's trying to eat all these goddamn chocolates.
Yeah.
No, okay, don't let Tracy eat that. That's it. You're done. No more for you. We're supposed to be sharing that. It's a box of like 50 Ferrero Rochas.
Are you gonna cook something?
Yeah, I'll have to cook. Yeah, I still gotta make. You have a bowl of cereal. Why don't you eat a bowl of cereal? Potato. Look, you got chocolate dripping from your mouth. Potatoes.
Right. Huh?
Yeah. So, actually, what I wanted to share with you guys was, let's get it up here on the screen. I really did want to do. No, I gotta remove that. That's not what I want to look at. I wanted to do a little astral projection exercise with you guys, but it came up that because of Atlantean Neo's idea about childhood books, I started thinking about my favorite childhood books. And then, yeah, they are good. They are. I bought those with all the coffee money that Monsieur Tiedrick sent me. Actually, what I did, Monsieur Tiedrick, since you've been such a big hitter, bam, on Buy Me a Coffee, I went and I bought these at Sam's Club. Yeah, this is what your Buy Me a Coffee financing has got me, man. Like 5 bags of these. I always felt guilty when I would buy my coffee before. Feel like I'm taking away money from the home fund, you know? And I think, damn, coffee, you know, coffee's not cheap. And so this is from Sam's Club. So, you know, it's a Walmart company here in China, but it's got Members Mark on it, right? Members Mark. Colombian Supremo. So this is a kilo. Little over a kilo of good Colombian coffee. Yeah. And it costs about, I guess it's about the equivalent of about $10, right? US. So not a bad price, right? $10 a kilo. That's pretty good. I bought 5 kilos last time I went. I should have bought 10, huh? So I don't feel guilty about buying, you know, 5 kilos at a time. So that's 10 pounds. Whereas in the past, before I started the GoFundMe campaign of Buy Me a Coffee, I would always feel guilty. Like I was, you know, like I was being decadent. Oh, How could you buy? And I wouldn't even buy 5 kilos. I would have bought like 2 kilos or something, you know, like 4 or 5 pounds, and I would still feel guilty. But now I don't. Now I'm like, hey, got it going on, baby. Get myself some cup of Joe. Yeah, so this is not what I want to do with this. This is revealing too much. Okay, so here's what I wanted to do. Let me see if I can figure this out. Boop, boop, there it is. So I wanted to introduce you guys to hermetic.com. Maybe you already know the website, and maybe you don't. But hermetic.com is a free resource, and absolutely, yeah, it looks good. It's good coffee too. And the funny thing is, when the universe, let me just get this back to normal for a sec. When the universe closes one door, they open another. Uh, in the recent past, I had been buying all of my coffee from a German grocer, and they went out of business because of the global lockdown. You know, they're putting all small and medium-sized businesses are being put out of business by the New World Order because they want 100% conformity to the new cashless society. Anyway, so the German grocer went out of business during this whole thing. You know, nobody could survive it. And so I didn't want to go. I haven't been in Sam's Club since it came to China because it's a Walmart corporation, you know, and they're guilty of enslaving people. But anyway, I couldn't find good Colombian coffee anymore. But so I went to Sam's Club and they've got it, and it's actually better and costs less money. But I'm giving my money to the New World Order, man. Which, what can you do, man? There's literally nothing left over here but mechanized, institutionalized New World Order situation. So it's Walmart. What are you gonna do? Irish whiskey's good. I do like my Irish whiskey. I actually I got to keep it low. I don't want my wife to hear me. But yeah, Jeff, I bought myself a bottle of wild turkey, but then my wife found it and she re-hid it somewhere else. So I know it's somewhere in the house. I got a fresh 1 liter bottle of wild turkey, and my wife hid it from me. So yeah, the thing is, I gotta find it. I just don't know where it is. But here's what I wanted to show you guys. Let's see if I can get this up here. Yeah, so a Kabbalistic guide to lucid dreaming and astral projection. This is a great article written by. It says, "What do you need, bro? I'm having class. What can I do for you? I can help you if you need something. You can get it."
No.
These guys are having their online classes. I'm supposed to be teaching online classes too. So, Danielle, come on. Let me go. Honey, Dre, come here. Voila. He thought he was bothering my class, so he got angry. He's like, "Dad, don't talk to me if you're having class." But yeah, I need to cut this short, guys, and help these guys figure some stuff out. They need me. Um, yeah, so there's a great article. It's here. It says it's written by Mark Stavish. Um, he's an MA, Master of Arts, same as me, man. But he's the director of research over at the ORA project and the Philosophers of Nature. Copyright 1997, all rights reserved, but it's online for free, so that's cool. Anyway, it's a basic article on astral projection and lucid dreaming. He goes through, he gives a little introduction, a little theoretical background, and then, of course, it's all based on, our favorite friend, UEU, a Yui with his UFRO, Israel Regardi. And I thought, hell, I could go through this in 30 minutes with you guys and talk you through the induction and teach you the technique. It's just a 4-step technique, right? And if you haven't done it already, there you go. Hermetic Library, become a patron. I don't. I'm me myself. I'm not a patron, but I don't discourage you if you're interested in it. Yeah, why did she hide it? Because she doesn't want me getting drunk and running around the neighborhood chasing all the old ladies with my heart on. And she knows that chances are if I have a few drinks, that's something I might be inclined to do. And especially because of the lockdown, like I might get out there and get in a fight with the security guards or something. Who knows? I appreciate that, Jeff. I would love to do that. Um, and I'm gonna find my bottle of whiskey because I like I said, I've been sober for like 12 years now, which means that I'm now at a level in my life where I can have an occasional drink and I don't go to extremes anymore. I'm not 25 anymore. I realize that I'm almost 50. So I've learned self control. When you're 25, young, dumb, and full of cum, right out of college. And you're mastering the world. There's the occasion where you'll go too far and you'll find yourself at the bottom of your second or third bottle of wild turkey with you know 50 spent cans of um, Coors Light laying around you in a heap, and you're licking the nose of the bottle. Yeah, honestly, Jeff, I'm like you at this age in my life. One rocks glass. You have it like right after dinner, like around dinner time. You pour yourself a rocks glass of turkey or Old Number Seven, or like what you've got. The mark of quality. Then chances are I wouldn't even finish that. It'd be lights out. But yeah, one or two glasses is plenty, and a nice cigar out on the balcony. That's what the good life is all about. When Conan was asked, "What's good in life?" he said, "To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women." And he's right. A bottle of Maker's Mark, a good Cuban cigar. That's what's good in life. Yes, indeed, man. That's all the time we got, though. I gotta deal with these chillins. They're up plucking around looking for cereal and chocolate snacks and everything else. I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Thanks for coming back to say hello. Um, what's Jeff say here? I wish you can be in Florida enjoying freedom with whiskey. Yeah, absolutely. That would be fantastic. Monsieur Charlemagne, I see you out there looking like Charlemagne, enjoying your swamp, right? As the gators slither by, swishing their tails, and you laugh at them from your deck chair and say, "I'll turn you into fricasseed gator tail if you don't stay hidden." Um, Nunu, why did you lose your? Why have you lost your icon, man? What's up with that? Old Atlantean Neo has lost his pick for some reason. It looks like Susan's messing with you, Nunu. And thank you for that, Jeff. I certainly appreciate that, man. You've been a big hitter on the channel since day one, which really surprised me. Like you're the first and best. Like I had never even considered that there would actually be folks out there in Happy Land that would buy into that, and be like, "Hey, Frank, keep doing what you're doing, amigo. I appreciate you and thank you for that love, man. Thank you for that." Yeah, the Gators. I could see Monsieur Tiedrick with a Poseidon's trident and a net catching gators and grilling them on the barbecue, all the while nursing a whiskey on the rocks. Do you like your whiskey neat or on the rocks, Jeff? I bet you're professional enough that where you probably have an ice. Okay, See how it's not showing your icon picture? Maybe that's just StreamYard playing fucking games. Yeah, guys, I've run out of time for today. Much love to you guys. Keep my family in your prayers, and I will keep you in my prayers. Um, yeah, all of that stuff. You guys, if you guys like a man's man, and you like watching a man's man do manly things, I don't know if you guys know this guy. I'm not actually having class, honey. I'm just live streaming, so you're okay. Yeah. My son's so worried. He thinks he's interrupting my class. If you guys like a man's man and want to watch manly things on YouTube, I don't know if you guys know Wrangler Star or not, but his name is Cody, and I think he lives out somewhere in Oregon, and he's a homesteader. I watched him for years. I've probably been watching him for like 5 or 6 years here on YouTube, but I stopped watching him for about 2 years because he was complaining a lot about YouTube constantly censoring his content and making it harder and harder to actually like do his homesteading and like broadcast it and make any money off of YouTube. And then he finally hit rock bottom of fighting the algorithm, and he finally kind of gave up. Like, he gave up worrying about it, and he gave up complaining finally. And like, I started watching him again, and like, he minds his P's and Q's. He self-censors, he keeps it within the lines, but at the same time, he doesn't really complain about it anymore. He still talks shit, and he's a good man. He's a good man. I've listened to his life story and stuff. Okay, you know him. Yeah, he's a man's man, as they say. Yeah, he's fun. I love him. I love Cody. Um, Here's my daughter. So yeah, these guys are hungry. I gotta feed these kids, man. They're gonna harass the horse shit out of me until, look at her trying to turn my thing off, man. They're gonna harass the horse shit out of me until I fucking make them some cereal and some sausages or something. Yeah, she wants potatoes. That's all this kid wants to eat is potatoes, and tomatoes. I guess anything with an O in it. Get out of here, goofball. Okay. All right, guys, I got to wrap this up. I love y'all good looking, sexy people out in Happy Land. Stay well. I will see you in the abodes of the future. Go check out Wrangler Star. Tell him Frank Monday sent you. No, he's up to like 1 million subs now, so he's not going to pay attention to anyone. Once you get to 1 million subs, I don't think you can check the comments anymore. Good man, though. As above, so below. As we wander into the abodes of the future, stay sane and do good magic.